Hi, my name is Ansh Mehra, and today I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide to get a really good UX design job without taking any big risks, without leaving your current job, without leaving your degree. You just have to spend 2 hours every day for around 100 days, 110 days. Follow this guide, and I can assure you that you will get a very good opportunity. So, without wasting any further time, let's get started. Alright, so before we go into the step-by-step process, we first have to ask, when should you leave your job and degree, right? So a lot of people say that, like, should I leave my current job? Should I stop my education in the middle? The first question is, are you responsible for your own bills or your family's bills? Because your financial situation decides a lot about what you should do moving forward. So if you feel that you really need to pay your own bills and you don't want to put pressure on your parents or on your family, you should not quit your job so easily. You should not leave your degree in the middle. Do you have enough savings if you quit? I would 100% recommend you to have at least 5 to 6 months of savings if you're planning to quit, because if you quit and don't get a job quickly, you need some money to survive. And third, do you really not get 2 hours extra? Because I personally never recommend anybody to leave their job or their degree to become a UX designer. You literally just need 2.5 hours every single day. Sit down, figure out where your time is going. I'm pretty sure that you can achieve this result. You can get a very good job without taking any big risk. First is check your current skill status. So I'm going to give you a checklist ahead. Go through that checklist and rate yourself out of 5. If you feel that you have rated yourself anywhere less than 3, then there are specific resources to target that one specific skill. Second, make sure you are investing in your nutrition and exercise. So the thing is, even if you have a lot of skills, even if you have a lot of motivation, if you don't have enough energy in your body, it's going to be very difficult for you to sustain this effort, to sustain this journey for 110 days. So a lot of people focus on their skills, on their laptops, on their certifications, but not invest enough time in their nutrition and exercise. So make sure you do that. Third, start using ChatGPT for your case studies, for your prompts and your research. If you don't know how ChatGPT works, it's an AI tool where you can ask questions and get results. They have a free trial going on. There's a video on my YouTube channel that's going to teach you how to use ChatGPT for free. Then set a weekly routine for learning. You need a day-by-day routine where you know that on Monday I'm going to work on this, on Tuesday I'm going to work on this, by Friday I'm going to do this. In fact, you can use ChatGPT to do the same. We've covered that in the video. And 5, document everything that you learn on Notion, because if you don't document, you're going to remember very less stuff and all your effort is going to go waste. So the skill checklist for freshers is these 5 things. You really need to know how to do these properly, and this list does not have everything, but these 5 things are non-negotiable. First is hands-on Figma experience. If you don't know the tool, you will always have a difficulty in making scalable designs, in making systems, in fact just translating your visions into reality. So make sure you have hands-on Figma experience. Second, you should know everything about components, style declarations, variants and auto layout. You should know high fidelity prototyping. You should know how Smart Animate works. You should know the basics of user research and just basics of documentation, just the ability to write properly in bullet points, just to explain your idea, just to put your ideas on words, because the ability to type clearly is as important as your ability to speak clearly, right? So you have to make sure that you're good at that. And 5, just collecting inspiration, knowing all the proper websites where you collect inspiration from. I see a lot of people directly jumping into designs without doing any research, without collecting any inspiration. You will waste a lot of energy and time designing things that are already out there. So you need to build upon what already exists on the internet. And I'll share you all the resources one by one. But these 5 things are very important. Now, if you feel that your Figma skills are weak, although I keep recommending to watch the office hour videos, a lot of people skip them because there are too many videos and they're very long. So these are 5 videos, 5 non-negotiable videos that you have to use, you have to document. If you watch these 5 videos, trust me, your skill sets are going to go 10x. So you can write these names down. I don't want to spell them one by one, but take a screenshot of these 5 videos, go to the office hours playlist and watch these 5 videos. These 5 videos will give you the maximum return. Now, once you finish the office hour videos, I have created a 15 video long course on my YouTube channel, both Hindi and in English, where I talk about very small details like small things that really matter a lot. This includes building your portfolio, how to write your case studies, how to declare your typography, your buttons. So make sure you have finished that 15 video course. I personally recommend everyone to watch that course at least twice, simply because there's so much in it. There's so many articles, so many resources. Once you've finished that course, practice declaring your systems, typography, palettes, buttons, input fields. If you don't know what they are, just finish the course. You will have all the information that you need. Second, start collecting daily inspiration from Mobin. So I'll put the link in the description. Mobin is this website where you can go and take mobile app inspiration. They've also launched their web app inspiration. So you have to collect screenshots and recognize patterns that repeat across different apps. Third, start doing the 100-day UI challenge. And when you do the UI challenge, you have to pick one UI. Let's just say you pick one screen. Pick it from an app that actually exists. If you're planning to become an iOS expert, stick to iOS apps. If you want to stick to Android, stick to Android inspiration. If you're planning to become an Android mobile designer and if you're practicing on iOS guidelines, it's going to confuse your brain. So you pick one platform. It could be web as well, anything that you need. And when you make that single screen, make sure it is from a real app. Please don't pick fictional projects because those UIs are not scalable. Pick a real app, and when you do the UI challenge, let's just say you take one screen, you have to make the screen that comes before it and the screen that comes after it. And you have to make all components. Don't make layers. Like when you look at your frame on Figma, you should only see instances. There should be no localized components. In fact, even the text that you add should be a component property. When you do your UI challenge this way, your brain will expand. You will actually understand the semantics of component declarations. You will see what comes before this and what comes after this as well. And I recommend everyone to even declare the palettes and typography. It is completely okay if you want to shift a few colors here and there. You don't have to trace a UI. The intent here is to make you understand how spacing works, how hierarchy works, how components are declared, and when you're adding component properties, what is the thought process. And always finish with a prototype. You should never leave your UI challenge at a static frame. So because you have this main frame and you have the pre-image and post-image, make a high fidelity prototype. Make sure that you have scrollable states. If you feel that you need a lottie animation, do that as well. If you do your 100-day UI challenge this way, where I feel like you will need at least 2.5 days per screen, right? Like because you have components, you have prototyping, take more time. But please do this properly, otherwise you will not get any benefit from it. Just making static UIs is not going to help you become a better designer. Now, about writing case studies, once you're done with your 100-day UI challenge, you have to spend another 50 to 60 days working on your case studies. See, no good result is going to come in less than 6 to 8 months. I don't believe in 3-month transformations or in 5-month transformations. And even when I talk about 6 to 8 month transformations, that is for people who are actually willing to do this properly. So if you want to do this properly, when you're writing your case study, there are some important things that you cannot forget. One, get your problem statements from ChatGPT. A lot of people say that we don't know how it works and we don't know what problem statements to pick from. Go to ChatGPT and write, give me 3 problem statements, and then make it very detailed. For an iOS app, for college students living in Delhi, going through this problem, this is the user persona, make it as detailed as you can. And as I said, there's a link in description to my YouTube video. You can see how powerful ChatGPT can be. In fact, you can also use ChatGPT to create your user personas, to create an outline for your research. There's a video on my YouTube channel around how to write your UX case study. So I give a very detailed framework. You can watch that, get the framework from that video and make a proper outline for your articles and whatever it is that you're going to put out there. Third, you have to follow a 5-step process. It's actually not a 5-step process, there are more steps, but overall there's a 5-step process that I recommend to everyone that will help you make the most of your efforts. So make sure you follow that process once you've written your case study, because if you do that, you will not only build better connections, you will get more opportunities, smarter people will notice you, and you will grow your social media presence across the internet. I'm going to give you that in just a minute. Now, before we move on to the 5-step process, there are 2 things that are absolutely necessary in every case study that you have. Make sure that you have a Loom video that quickly summarizes your entire project in 60 to 90 seconds. Speak in front of the camera. Don't hide your face. make sure the lighting is correct, make sure that your audio quality is on point, and make it very crisp. You really need to show that you are comfortable speaking in front of the camera. Instead of just focusing on how your designs look like or how your case study is structured, you also have to prove a very, very important point. You have to prove that you have what it takes to communicate your ideas, because as a designer, you have to communicate with so many stakeholders that it's very important to show your recruiter that you're comfortable with speaking your thoughts out. If you feel that your English is weak, take a book, spend half an hour every day speaking that English book aloud. That is what I used to do to improve my English, to improve my pronunciation. If you feel that your English pronunciation is really bad, invest in a class, go to a center where they teach you pronunciation, because I'm telling you, if you're good with English, if you know how to pronounce your words properly, you will always have more opportunity. People will always give you more respect. It's just a subconscious pattern that people have. So improve your ability at speaking in English, improve your own confidence. In fact, for a lot of people who struggle with confidence, I regularly recommend them to go to the gym, to start exercising, to invest in their own nutrition, to invest in their own clothing, their own hygiene, in all the products that they use. You might feel that these things don't matter, but they do. How you see yourself influences how you think about yourself. And when you change the way you think about yourself, the rest of the world will also react in the same way. They will sort of align themselves. So when you add a Loom video in your case study, you actually show that yes, I can summarize everything in a quick 60-second video, and then you also give an incentive to your recruiter to watch till the end. Also, at the beginning of your case study, make sure that you put a clickable prototype link. So Figma allows you to embed a prototype. So you can take that link and put it in your Notion document, because I don't recommend people to send a PDF. I always recommend them to make a Notion page for all of their case studies, have a Notion portfolio. If you don't know what Notion is, it's completely okay. You can go on Google and check it out. But having a clickable prototype shows that you know, first of all, how prototyping works, and it gives more incentive to the recruiter to stay ahead, because now they can see your visual design skills, your UI design skills, your prototyping skills. Now, this is the most valuable part of this video. This is where things become very, very important. Here is a step-by-step guide to make the most of your efforts. I want you to make a routine, and in that routine, make sure that you're regularly reading articles on Medium. Now, you should also read growth.design. There is Inside BE. There is also Built for Mars. But specifically, start reading articles on UX design on Medium. When you find a good article, comment something valuable. Don't just say great article. Write what you liked about it. Give it around 15 to 20 claps, and then see who the author of that article is and connect with that author on Medium. You will find a lot of Indian authors as well. In fact, there are a lot of Indian tech companies whose product designers write on Medium. So you can actually go through their work, learn from them, appreciate what they've done, find them on LinkedIn and connect with them. So on LinkedIn, if you have the premium pack for LinkedIn, which is something I absolutely recommend, you can send a connection and there's this option of add a note. In the note, tell them that you went through the article, you made your notes, and you're also, a young designer who's trying to make, a good portfolio. They will be happy to connect with you. You don't have to ask them something. Don't ask them for an internship. Don't ask them for a job. That is not what I recommend you to do. My aim here is to get you connected with intelligent designers, intelligent recruiters on the internet, not just in India, but all over the world. So start connecting with people. Then pick one problem statement per 15 days. Use ChatGPT and my UX video to outline your structure, and pick your platform well. So if you're saying that I'm going to design for mobile iOS, make sure that you take inspiration from iOS mobile apps. Make sure you take inspiration from real apps and stick to the iOS guidelines. So if you finish my 15 video course, you already know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch the last 5 videos of the course. You will know what I'm referencing to. Then make sure you do proper research from all the possible sites for mobile inspiration, right? So there's Mobin, Pageflows is for web, and you can also take some inspiration from Dribbble as well. But what I usually do is I actually download the apps and I download them on my phone, and then I use them. I make notes, I put them on Figma. I have this annotation card. I use annotation cards to sort of put my comments. And when you're designing the UI, build your system first. So when you're writing your case study, you don't just have to show that you have good problem solving skills, you also need to show your system skills, right? So as we spoke about communication prototyping, the ability to build systems is also a very, very important skill. Make sure you do that and document that, and make proper prototypes for each important flow. Don't waste time on login screens and settings and OTP. Please do them at the very end. If you run out of time at the 15th day, even if you don't have your login screens and setting screens, it's absolutely okay. When you are working on your component system, make sure you have a UI checklist for cross-checking every single component that you make. For that, there's a website called checklist.design. Please go to this website. It will really help you to build proper components. Now, once your case study is done, follow this process. I want you to make a new Instagram account, a new Medium account, whatever it is. Like on all these websites, you should have a professional account. Please don't use your personal accounts, right? When you make a new Instagram account, name it something like yourname.ux design or whatever it is. Like your handle should say that you're in the field of UX, and start designing in public. Like I want you to keep a track. If you're doing the 100-day UI challenge, if you're writing a case study, start posting carousels. So make carousels on Figma, make good looking carousels and build a story with those carousels. So maybe in the first 3 slides of your carousel, you can show the system that you've built, and don't lie about it. Good designers can identify when you're lying about it. So you have to show what was your palette, what was your typography, what was the color scheme, how did you organize your buttons. Show your systems, right? These are all static images that you can create. Once you've published your carousels on Instagram, you can make high fidelity prototypes, screen recorded, and put them on Dribbble. So even on Dribbble, a lot of recruiters hang out to pick talent. So when you put static images on Dribbble, it does not do that well. I feel like dynamic animations play a big role. So if you stick to Figma prototyping using Smart Animate, you can do a lot of creative things. Start putting those things on Dribbble and start growing your Dribbble posts as well. So when you start posting on Dribbble, you will attract more people there. Once you have your prototypes and animations in place, I want you to write your entire process of your research, of your system, of your problem solving on Medium. Then take your Medium links and put it in your Notion portfolio. Don't write stuff just on Notion, because when you put something on Medium and write the topics properly, okay, in the topic section you have to write UX design, UI design, problem solving, product design. All those tags are going to help you reach the right kind of people, right? So inside Medium, when you put these things, other people will also notice you. In fact, people will start following you. In fact, they will start engaging with your content, and just how you are connecting with other designers and other recruiters, they will also go other designers and other connect with you on LinkedIn. So at the end of your Medium article, say that this is my profile, this is my Instagram, this is my LinkedIn, let's connect. I'm open for work. You have to explicitly call this out that I'm open for work. Once you've added your Medium links to your Notion, add a loom and a link to the clickable prototype in that page itself. This we've covered. Include your 100-day UI challenge as well as a subpage in your Notion. And when you're done writing your Medium article, when you're done posting it, take the same link and post it on LinkedIn. If you spend 150 days regularly connecting with other designers, every time you post something on Instagram, Medium, and LinkedIn, that network will notice your progress. They will notice how you are growing. They will notice the hustle. They will see that you're very serious about this. And at the end of every LinkedIn post, write hashtag UX design, hashtag looking for work, hashtag recruitments, whatever it is. There are certain hashtags, you can do your research on this, but also write looking for work, here is my resume. And after that, put the link to your Notion portfolio. At the end of every post that you put on LinkedIn, make sure you say that you're looking for internships, here is the link to my resume, and you will start getting more opportunities. Take the link to your Medium article, put it on all your stories, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, post the same on Twitter. And as you keep designing in public, connecting with fellow designers, you will show everyone your growth. So I always recommend everyone to aim one case study per 20 days. Don't spend more than 20 days on a single case study, because it's just going to get you into this paralysis by analysis mode. What you should do is you should work for 20 days, then take a 10 days break. Go out, take inspiration, exercise, play sports. In those 10 days, your energy and your inspiration levels should go really high, so that you come with a fresh mind, a new perspective, maybe new skill sets in your next case study. Now, I always recommend students to do this at least 5 times. And then when you end up with 5 concrete case studies with everything that I've just mentioned, delete the first 2. Because trust me, you will see a spark. You will see a huge difference, like a stark contrast in the quality when you compare your first case study and your third case study. And trust me, if you want to get a good job, you should start selling from your third and fourth and fifth case study onwards. So yes, this was my comprehensive plan on helping you get a better job. If you're here for the first time, my name is Ansh Mehra and I teach UX design for scratch. We have a 15 video course on UX design in both Hindi and in English that'll take you through all the important details. In fact, there's a course for founders and entrepreneurs as well who are planning to design an app, planning to hire their own design team. So if you want to make your product managers or your co-founders or any of your entrepreneur friend more educated about design, you can tell them that this course exists in both Hindi and in English. See, the prescription that I just gave you are just going to be some factors to help you get your first job. But trust me, if you go through all of these steps one by one, you will not only improve yourself as a designer, but your visibility in front of recruiters and senior designers is really going to improve. It's not just about how good you are, it's also about communicating your value. It's also about working on the right problem statements. It's also about being connected to the right people on the internet so that when you put something out there, it comes under the radar of the right kind of people. When you make something interesting, make sure you post on Instagram and tag me on @anshmehra.work. Tell me in the comment section if you have any common doubts or any specific topics that you want me to work on. In fact, I've been uploading a lot of videos on ChatGPT, Midjourney, and a lot of AI tools. I strongly recommend you to start using these tools. Don't be afraid of them. Don't say that they will replace your job. They're going to help you become a better designer. They're going to help you get better opportunities. But if you don't learn how these tools work, if you don't understand the power of these tools, in 2023, you're going to get left behind. Don't let that happen to you. Get started with these AI tools, start understanding how they work, improve your skill sets, and trust me, give it 6 to 8 months, you will get a good job. You don't have to leave your degree. With that being said, I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This is your dost Ansh Mehra signing out. If you like this video, make sure you click on like and hit the subscribe button. I regularly upload videos on UX design, marketing, and storytelling.